While everyone's scrambling for the latest crossover that'll hemorrhage 10,000 euros in value the second you sign the papers, these 8 vehicles are being completely overlooked. No waiting lists, no dealer games, no markups, just solid cars that nobody's fighting over. Here's what the industry doesn't want you understanding. Depreciation destroys wealth faster than anything else. Average new cars lose 35 to 40% of their value within 3 years. Some drop 60%. That money just evaporates. Gone, transferred straight from your account to the next buyer. But when a car gets ignored, when it's too boring or unfashionable or wears a badge people don't respect, depreciation hits harder and faster. The first owner absorbs catastrophic losses. Then you step in after the collapse and your money stops evaporating because the evaporation already happened. These 8 cars are dramatically better than their prices suggest. Some share mechanical DNA with vehicles costing twice as much. Others are just too sensible for a market that's lost its mind. If you want buying advice based on actual numbers instead of social media hype, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Number 8. Mitsubishi Outlander Plug-in Hybrid. Europe's best-selling plug-in hybrid for years, now completely forgotten because newer models exist. That forgetfulness created genuinely ridiculous value. The Outlander PHEV delivers something unique, genuine SUV capability with all-wheel drive, available 7 seats, and the ability to run 25 to 30 miles on pure electric power. For anyone commuting within charging range of home and work, real-world fuel consumption can drop below 100 mpg equivalent. I know owners tracking costs under 3p per mile in electric mode versus 15p for petrol. The savings are almost comical. Reliability reality. The hybrid system is relatively straightforward. 2 electric motors, small petrol engine, modest battery pack, no complex transmissions. The petrol engine operates in its efficient range when needed. Battery degradation has proven less severe than early predictions. The numbers: 2018 Outlander PHEV, 50,000 miles, 15,000 to 18,000 pounds. That's less than comparable petrol SUVs, and if your usage pattern allows regular charging, running costs drop to seemingly impossible levels. Brand concern addressed. Yes, Mitsubishi retreated from Europe, but the Outlander shares components with Nissan and Renault through the alliance. Parts supply remains intact. Independent specialists service these without issues. The brand retreated, the parts supply chain didn't. The Outlander isn't fashionable, but it remains exactly what it always was: practical, efficient, capable. The market has discounted brand perception into current prices, creating genuine value for buyers prioritizing function over image. Number 7. Volvo V60. Older Volvos occupy strange territory. Swedish safety reputation stays strong, build quality remains genuinely excellent, but depreciation has been aggressive because newer models exist, and Swedish prestige doesn't command German prices. The 2010 to 2018 V60 hits the sweet spot, old enough for severe depreciation, new enough for modern safety, reasonable efficiency, and acceptable technology. Critical specification note: engine and gearbox choice matters enormously. Find the D4 diesel with 8-speed automatic. Ford-derived engines in earlier cars had issues. Later Drive E units are significantly more reliable. Aisin 8-speed automatics are bulletproof. Avoid early power shift automatics entirely. Known failures. Practicality and quality. 430 LL boot space, nearly 1250 LL with seats folded. Build quality is exceptional. Swedish safety engineering provides genuine protection. Motorway comfort rivals vehicles from classes above. The numbers: 2016 V60 D4 SE Nav, 60,000 miles, 11,000 to 14,000 pounds. Swedish premium engineering, estate practicality, solid reliability for less than a new Dacia. Aging gracefully. The V60 is one of those designs that ages well visually. A 2016 model doesn't look dramatically different from current offerings. Clean lines, understated design, nothing screaming "I bought this 8 years ago." For buyers wanting presentable vehicles without premium prices, that matters significantly. Number 6. Mazda 6 Saloon. Saloons are dying across Europe. Buyers abandoned them for crossovers, convinced they need ground clearance they'll never use. This mass exodus created a value collapse in perfectly good cars that simply sit closer to the ground. The Mazda 6 exemplifies this perfectly, a genuinely excellent saloon that's refined, efficient, comfortable, selling for a fraction of what equivalent quality costs in crossover form. Engineering excellence. The 2-liter Skyactiv petrol is naturally aspirated and proven reliable. The 2.2 Skyactiv diesel is one of the better oil burners still available, efficient and durable when maintained properly. Both use timing chains, avoiding fragile turbo technology plaguing competitors. Quality beyond price. Build quality exceeds expectations at Mazda's pricing. I've examined German alternatives costing significantly more with inferior interiors. Soft touch materials, logical layouts, excellent infotainment, noise insulation rivaling premium alternatives. The numbers: 2019 Mazda 6 2.0 Sport 40,000 miles, 13,000 to 15,000 pounds. Equivalent BMW 3 Series 22,000 to 26,000 pounds. Mercedes C-Class similar pricing. You sacrifice badge prestige, you preserve thousands in capital. The market irrationality. The Mazda 6's only crime is having a boot instead of a tailgate. For that sin, the market discounts it by 40%. That's irrational pricing creating opportunity. The saloon market collapse represents one of the biggest value opportunities in modern car buying. These are excellent vehicles selling for pennies because fashion changed. The engineering didn't worsen, build quality didn't decline. If you can ignore fashion, you save thousands. Number 5. Toyota Auris Hybrid. This one's a genuine cheat code. Before the Corolla name returned to Europe, Toyota sold the same car as the Auris. Same reliability, same hybrid technology, same bulletproof engineering. But the Auris badge carries none of the Corolla's current desirability. That gap, that's where your money works hardest. Mechanical identity. The Auris Hybrid is mechanically identical to the Corolla Hybrid's predecessor. Toyota's hybrid system, over 25 years proven, continuously refined, runs with minimal intervention. The CVT is famously durable. Battery packs last the car's lifetime. Owner reports of 200,000 plus miles without hybrid system issues are common. The value gap. Because the Auris was discontinued in 2018, depreciation is finished. Prices have stabilized at levels reflecting the anonymous image rather than exceptional reliability. The numbers: 2017-2018 Auris Hybrid 60,000 miles, 10,000 to 13,000 pounds. Mechanically similar 2019 Corolla Hybrid, similar mileage, 20,000 to 22,000 pounds. Same Toyota reliability, same hybrid technology, same engineering, 8,000 to 10,000 pounds difference because one says Auris and the other says Corolla. Number 4. Suzuki Swift. The Swift embodies everything modern cars have abandoned: simplicity, lightness, honest engineering. While other manufacturers add complexity that becomes future repair bills, Suzuki builds cars that just work. Lightweight advantage. The current Swift weighs around 900 kilos in base form. That's lighter than a Mazda 2, lighter than almost anything with 4 seats sold today. Think about what that means. Every component is understressed. Brakes last longer, tires last longer, suspension lasts longer. The car doesn't work hard enough to wear itself out. Engine simplicity. The 1.2 dual-jet engine is naturally aspirated. Port injection, no carbon buildup, no turbocharger failures, no complex emissions equipment, fewer failure points. Around 80 to 90 horsepower, plenty for something this light. Returns genuine 50-plus mpg without trying. Reliability beyond anecdote. Warranty Direct data consistently ranked Suzuki among the least expensive brands to repair. What Car reliability surveys placed them in the top tier. Owner forums report exceeding 200,000 miles on original engines and gearboxes. The numbers: 3-year-old Swift, 25,000 miles, 9,000 to 11,000 pounds. Annual insurance often under 300 pounds. Servicing costs minimal. Total running cost profile dramatically lower than almost anything else comparable. Why it's ignored? The Swift isn't ignored because it's bad, it's ignored because simplicity doesn't photograph well for social media. Your bank account doesn't care about Instagram. Number 3. Skoda Octavia. The Octavia is the open secret of sensible European motoring, though perhaps it's not secret anymore. Same engines as the Golf, same platform, same transmissions, but priced like a class below because it wears a Czech badge instead of a German one. This isn't badge engineering in the negative sense, this is badge engineering you exploit. Practicality champion. The estate version, the Octavia Combi, offers boot space rivaling cars from the class above. 640 LL with seats up, nearly 1700 LL with seats folded. That's genuinely useful space. Families needing practicality find nothing else matching the combination of room, efficiency, and value. Proven reliability. TÜV inspection statistics show the Octavia among the most dependable cars on German roads. The 1.5 TSI has sorted the oil consumption issues plaguing earlier 1.4 versions. The 2.0 DDI, provided you get the EA248 generation, runs reliably to extreme mileages. The numbers: 3-year-old Octavia Estate 1.5 TSI, 40,000 miles, 15,000 to 17,000 pounds. Equivalent Golf Estate, 18,000 to 21,000 pounds. Audi A3 Sportback offers less space for over 22,000 pounds. Same platform, same engines, more practicality, less money. The arithmetic isn't close. The complete package. The Octavia is probably the single best all-around value proposition in the European market currently. It's not the cheapest or most reliable, though it's close. It's not the most exciting, but when you factor everything together, space, efficiency, running costs, depreciation, parts availability, real-world usability, nothing else optimizes every variable simultaneously. The only reason it didn't top this list, it's not quite as ignored as the others. People are catching on, which means the window of maximum value is closing. Number 2, Honda Jazz. The car your grandmother drives, sensible to the point of invisibility. Young buyers wouldn't be caught dead in one. Perfect. That perception is transferring enormous value to anyone smart enough to ignore it. Packaging genius. The Jazz is one of the most cleverly packaged cars ever built. The magic seats fold completely flat, creating van-like cargo space and a super mini footprint. Interior flexibility exceeds cars twice its size, and it accomplishes this while staying genuinely small, easy to park, easy to maneuver, cheap to insure. Reliability leadership. The Jazz consistently tops reliability surveys across Europe. Owner satisfaction data ranks it among the highest in any category, not just small cars, any category. ADAC breakdown statistics show failure rates embarrassing supposed premium alternatives. Bulletproof mechanicals. The 1.3 and 1.5 petrol engines are indestructible. Timing chains, not belts, automatics that don't self-destruct. Hidden advantage. Because older buyers dominate Jazz ownership, used examples are typically immaculate. Full service histories, garage capped, low mileage for age, maintained beyond necessity. You're not just buying a reliable car, you're buying the habits of careful owners. The numbers: 5-year-old Jazz, 40,000 miles, 9,000 to 11,000 pounds. Insurance, negligible. Servicing, cheap. Parts everywhere. Fuel economy exceeds 50 mpg in the hybrid. Total running costs lower than almost anything else on the road. Real-world feedback. I recommended the Jazz to 3 family members. Every single one returned saying the same thing. I don't understand why I waited so long to buy something this sensible. They're not car enthusiasts. They don't care about handling dynamics or badge prestige. They wanted something that works, doesn't cost money to run, and doesn't break. The Jazz does all 3. The badge says boring, the spreadsheet says genius. Number 1, Seat Ateca. If you don't recognize the badge, that's literally your advantage. Seriously, that's why this car is a bargain. Seat is Volkswagen Group, same MQB platform as the Tiguan and Audi Q3. Same bones, same safety structure, same engineering underneath. But without the badge prestige, the price collapses. Let me repeat that because it matters. Same platform, same engines, different badge, thousands less. Performance and dynamics. The Ateca, especially the 1.5 TSI and 2.0 TSI versions, delivers turbocharged power that feels genuinely energetic. Strong torque low in the rev range, real-world driving satisfaction plenty of premium crossovers can't match. Handling is surprisingly sharp. Steering has actual feel. Body control is tight. It drives like engineers remembered someone has to sit behind the wheel. Interior quality, the Volkswagen Group influence is obvious. Solid materials, logical layout, proper infotainment that works, real safety tech, not stripped-down base model nonsense. Service and repair advantage. When something goes wrong, when a mechanic opens the bonnet of an Ateca, they don't see something exotic. They see Volkswagen. Parts on the shelf, known procedures, no rare car tax on labor or components. You get Q3 driving dynamics with Golf repair bills. The numbers: 3-year-old Ateca 1.5 TSI, 35,000 miles, 16,000 to 18,000 pounds. Equivalent Volkswagen Tiguan, 22,000 to 25,000 pounds. Audi Q3, 25,000 to 28,000 pounds. Same platform, same engines, same reliability. 7,000 to 10,000 pound difference. That's not compromise, that's leverage. Look at these 8 cars together and a pattern emerges clearly. The Swift and Mazda 6 win by being light and simple when everyone else adds complexity. The Jazz and Auris win by being reliable and ignored. The Ateca and Octavia win by hiding premium engineering behind badges people don't respect. The V60 wins because Swedish prestige doesn't command German prices. The Outlander PHEV wins because brand perception divorced from actual capability. None of them excite the masses, all of them excite your finances. That's the entire game. The real strategy, the best car to buy isn't the one everyone wants, it's the one everyone overlooked, where depreciation already happened, where reliability is proven, where running costs are minimal. That's where value exists, not in dealership queues, not paying over list price, not chasing whatever's trending this month. Smart money moves quietly. It finds the car sitting on the lot that nobody's fighting over. It lets emotion drive everyone else's decisions while arithmetic drives yours. The bottom line? Every car on this list delivers transportation exceeding what the price suggests, because the price reflects perception, not capability. Your next car doesn't need to impress anyone. It needs to work reliably and cost as little as possible over your ownership period. These 8 do exactly that. Final thought. Depreciation is the single largest cost of car ownership. Not fuel, not insurance, not repairs, depreciation. When you buy a car that's already depreciated, you stop the wealth hemorrhage immediately.